My name is Dominika Średnicka-Tober. I work at the Warsaw University of Life Sciences in Poland at the Faculty of Human Nutrition. I would like to shortly introduce you to our workshop on Sustainable Development Goals. I hope that our students will learn a lot about this topic.
I heard about Sustainable Development Goals, but I don't know why we are going to study this topic here in our classes. I think the Sustainable Development Goals are more related with to various environmental protection aspects than to the food science.
In our team, we have realized that this super important topic is clearly underestimated in the current study programs of our university. And when asked, many students said that they either have never heard about SDGs or they have a very rough idea about this topic. And therefore we decided to include the SDGs workshop into one of the courses offered for the students of our university of the Human Nutrition Study Program to provide students with better understanding of what SDGs are, the importance of SDGs for the future shape of this planet, but most importantly to show them how they can contribute towards SDGs in their everyday life and in their future professional career.
I'm looking forward to this class. As far as I know, the Sustainable Development Goals have been set by the United Nations to help combat various problems around the world. In this class, I would like to learn more in the context of my field of study and future work as a dietitian.
This is a 3-hour workshop which could be easily incorporated in the existing modules, and it is intended for a group of ideally 12 to 30 students. In step 1, the teacher gives a brief, about 10 minutes introductory presentation on the UN Agenda for Sustainable Development, its main structure and goals, and then the students jump straight into their tasks. We need to create 4 working groups. Each group has a task to read through the cards. They will get cards for that. To get acquainted with all 17 SDGs, and they need to select, first of all, 5 facts and figures that surprised them the most or were most shocking for them. Then they need to specify which SDGs are these facts associated with. They also need to select 5 targets that they feel are the most important. And they are also asked in which SDGs they can find information about a number of topics such as, for example, malaria, global CO2 emissions, the percentage of women in national parliaments, about number of undernourished people globally, violence against children, maternal mortality, oceans as a source of protein, women as agricultural landholders, food waste rate, measles vaccines, water scarcity, and then a number of other topics that you can read about when you read about SDGs. After all, they should also specify what they have actually learned about all of these topics. And in the next task, they should indicate 4 SDGs that are, in their opinion, most strongly related to the food system, including also agriculture, of course, and justify their choice. And in each of the 4 selected SDGs, they should identify 3 most shocking facts and 3 most important targets. And the last task is a World Cafe workshop, and I think this is the most interactive and most important task of this workshop, where each group selects one of the 4 pre-selected SDGs related to the food system. And the World Cafe question is as follows: how in your future professional life could you contribute to achieving this particular SDG, or specifically targets listed in this SDG? And in the World Cafe workshop, each group has 1 moderator, and the moderator always stays by the same table and works with the same SDG. but the rest of the group members change their tables every 10 minutes whenever the teacher gives a signal for changing tables, and they need to mix among other 3 tables so that every time the composition of the working group is different. Every time when the new group joins the moderator should introduce them into what was already said by the previous group, and then the new group is adding their own comments and ideas into it. And at the end, after all 4 rounds, the moderators sum up what was said by each table and they open a discussion.
We had the opportunity to exchange ideas about possibilities of contribution of our future professional activities towards SDGs. Now I see how much we can and we should do as a future dietitians, nutritionists, or any other professional working in the food sector.
I'm glad we took this topic in class. I didn't realize how important it was. I also really enjoyed the World Cafe workshops. By changing tables, everyone had the chance to take part in the discussion of each topic. We came up with many interesting ideas.
I was not aware of the scale of many problems which we learned from the facts and figures related to the SDGs. For example, the number of undernourished people or importance of the oceans for food security. I didn't think that so many of them were about the food system that we all have influence on.
For many students it was something new, and others were surprised by the scale of the global problems that we are all facing. And some students were clearly astonished how close many issues are to the food sector and to their study topic, and moreover also to our everyday life. And thanks to the World Cafe workshop, they also realized that they can substantially contribute towards SDGs in their future professional life. What is important to point is that this module could be used not only by teachers working in the food sector, but also any lecturers teaching many different subjects in various disciplines, because in the World Cafe workshop, students can be asked to select SDGs related really to any studied area.